In today's video, I'm going to show you how to paint this cute little polar bear with a starry sky using digital watercolor in Procreate. If you're interested, please keep on watching. Hello and welcome to Color with Kendi. On this channel, we paint digital watercolor and wash on the iPad, and I use the app Procreate. Most of my tutorials are step-by-step tutorials that are meant to be followed along, and I have a list of all the supplies that I'm using today in the description as well as a pinned comment, so check that out. So for today's video, I am using the Amazing Watercolor brush pack and I'm using texture number 2. So I've gone ahead and opened up the file and I've set up the file. I've added the traceable as well as the color palette. Okay, so let's start painting. So the first thing we're going to do is the background. I always like to do the background first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the paint here layer. This is where we will paint and then we can start to add more layers on top. Now the background is going to be this kind of color right here. And then I'm going to go to the brush library and make sure that I'm on the Amazing Watercolor brush pack because that's what we're using today. And then we're going to use this brush. It's under soft watercolor. It's brush number 20. It's meant to be a background brush. So I'm going to tap right there. And let me just show you how this brush works. So I'm going to show you off to the side. So I'm going to go in with size 15. So with light pressure, you get something like that. It's very light. It's like a wet look, like wet on wet. And then if you go in with heavy pressure, you will get more pigment. And as you can see, the edge is interesting. It's got an interesting messy edge. So the beauty of this brush really is varying the pressure. So light and a little bit of heavy in certain areas, and you will get something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the brush size because I thought that was a little bit too small for our background. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a good size. And then I'm going to start adding that color right behind the bear. So just lay down the pigment everywhere in the back and vary your pressure. And you can lift your pencil as well. Don't need to worry about not lifting your pencil. So what I'm going to do is maybe add a little hint of blue. There we go. So I'm happy with that background. You can continue to add more color if you'd like. If you want, you can also go into the adjustments panel, go to hue, saturation, and brightness, and increase the brightness just a notch. So maybe I will do that, and I'm going to decrease the saturation just a little bit because I don't want the focus to be on the background. I want the focus to be on the bear. Now let's go and tap on the layers panel and create a new layer. Now we're going to start painting the bear. Now there's different ways of painting with watercolor digitally. You can paint directly like what we did in the previous layer, or you can use what I like to call the shape method, which is to create a shape in white and then add clipping masks on top to add interesting watercolor effects. So it's supposed to kind of mimic the wet on wet technique where you paint your shape with water, plain water, and then you start to add in pigment. So that's what we're going to do now. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is go to the shape maker brushes. There are several here. Pick the one that you'd like. Each one has a slightly different edge. And because you won't be able to see white, I'm going to do this with a color and then I'll convert it to white. So just so you can see what I'm doing. So that's what the brush is like. And depending on how much pressure you apply, you can get an interesting look. If you apply light pressure, you will get that sort of look. If you apply heavy pressure, you'll have a little bit of texture on the edges. So I'm going to start creating the outline of this bear. So I'm going to go in with size 7. Let's have a look. And what I'm going to do is just follow the edges of that outline, but I'm not outlining it like this. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to create strokes that look a little bit more loose and natural and more interesting. So I'm just going to do that because what we're going to do is once we've completed our outline, we're going to use the color drop method to drop in the color. So make sure there's no gaps because if you have any gaps, this method won't work. So color drop is where you take the color here and just drop it in. Yes, it worked. So if for some reason what's happening is your color is going everywhere, that means that you probably have a gap somewhere. So make sure that you have no gaps. So now that we're done the shape, it's time to convert it to white. The best way to do this, I find, is just to go to the adjustments panel, go to hue, saturation, brightness, and increase the brightness to max. So now what we're going to do is go to the layers panel, tap on plus, and we're going to make this layer here a clipping mask. So basically anything that we add to this layer will only show up on that shape of the polar bear underneath. It's not going to go everywhere. So when you paint with watercolor, if you've laid down water on your page and you start to add pigment, the pigment only stays within that zone where you have the water. It doesn't go everywhere. So that's the same technique. It's just done digitally. So what we're going to do is go to the brush library, and then I'm going to tap on brush number 30, Watercolor Overlay A. So I'm going to lay down a very thin layer of pigment with this, and then I'm going to go in with all these fun overlay brushes and add more pigment. I always like to add a little bit of pigment with one of these brushes, the overlay brushes, and not keep this pure white. I think it looks a little bit more natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this color right here. So this really pale blue, the largest brush size. I'm just going to add that pigment. It's a very thin wash. And as you can see, there is a little subtle color variation, not too much. Most of the brushes in this set don't have too much variation because you can add the variation you want with the overlay brushes. Let's go back to the layers panel, tap on plus, and create another clipping mask. And now we're going to start to add more pigment and darker colors, and we're going to have some fun. So I'm going to pick this color right here, and then I'm going to go to the pigment bleed overlay brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start to put the pigment a little outside the bear and then work my way in and just tap lightly wherever I want that color. I'm going to vary that and tap it. Do you see what I'm doing? It's very light and subtle. You can build it up for sure. If you want it to be darker, keep adding more pigment. So now what I'm going to do is in a new clipping mask layer, I am going to go in with this grainy pigment overlay brush. So this adds a nice, interesting grainy pigment. So I'm going to add a little bit of that grainy pigment here and there. So let me show you what it looks like right here. That's what it looks like. I don't want to add it on the face of the bear. I want the face of the bear to be relatively simple because that's the focus. I want my eyes to go there first. I'm going to add more of the pigment in other areas. With this brush here, Hard Edge Overlay A, again in another clipping mask. So this is just layering more and more pigment. What I'm going to do is, okay, I have brush 33. Let's see, I might go a little bit darker. And certain areas, go in with a larger size, that was too small. In certain areas, I'm going to add more pigment. So with this brush, if you apply light pressure and heavy pressure, you will get a variety of looks. So light pressure, really light pressure, it will look like that. And then if I apply heavier pressure, it starts to look like that. And then if I keep my pencil on the screen and start to remove some of that pigment, it looks like that. So you can create really interesting looks with this. And what I'm going to do is I want to smudge out some of that. So I'm going to go to the Amazing Watercolor brush pack and go to Smudger 6 and smudge out certain areas. So you can continue to add more pigment wherever you want. I do want to add a little bit more saturated pigment on the edges. So I'm going to do that in another layer, tap on the layers panel, tap on plus, and make it a clipping mask. Now, we have a lot of layers here. You might be wondering why I'm doing everything in a separate layer. Because if for some reason I want to change something, I want to remove a few things, it's just a matter of tapping on that and then removing it. If I did everything in the same layer, there's really no way to go back after a point. So that's why I like to do everything in layers. So I want to add a little bit more saturated pigment. This color, I really like it. So I'm going to make it a bit more saturated. And then I'm going to go back to that pigment bleed overlay brush. And I'm going to go with a smaller size, size 40, and just tap on the edges. So I am happy with that. And one more thing I'm going to do, I'm going to tap on plus. Another clipping mask, you get the drill. It says tap on plus, add more pigment, have fun. So I want to add a little bit of dilute splatter, but I want to do it in white. So it's sort of like this polar bear is in a snowy environment and you can see that. So what I'm going to do is double tap at the 10 o'clock position, it snaps to white. And then with this brush, very lightly, I'm just going to add a little bit of that snowy effect. I don't know if you could see that. So if I want it to be more apparent, I can duplicate that layer. So now if I've duplicated the layer, as you can see, it's more apparent. And we are ready to start adding details. So I'm going to, in another layer, add the cheeks, the rosy cheeks. And I'm going to add the rosy cheek with this brush right here because I want it to be a little bit soft. So there's charged watercolor, that's the one. And I'm using light pressure and just filling that in. And if I want to add more pigment, I can just lift my pencil and add a little bit more. And then I'm going to smudge it out with smudger number 6, just ever so slightly. So I'm going to go to the ink bleed liner. So it's meant to be sort of like a pen, and it has a little bit of texture on the edges so it doesn't look so digital. And I'm going to pick this color right here, just create the lines that we see here. And with this brush, it is pressure sensitive. So this is medium pressure, this is light pressure, and this is heavy pressure. So your line width will vary. And let me zoom out. So depending on how much pressure you apply, you will get that sort of look. It's like it's slightly wet on the edges. So if you zoom out, that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to add the line work. So as much as I like coloring pages, I do prefer to do the line art with another pen or pencil. The next step is to color in those stars. So at this point, we don't need the traceable anymore. So we can say bye-bye traceable and bye-bye color palette because I don't think we need it. And let's have a look. But sometimes when you turn off the traceable, you realize things look a little bit different. I like this. I really do like this. I want to add color to those stars. So what I'm going to do is go to the layers panel and I'm going to add color beneath the layer with the stars. And you can use any brush that you like. I am going to go in with, let's see, Tapered Watercolor B. I really like that brush. So let me show you what that brush looks like off to the side. So that's what it looks like. So let me go in a little bit larger. So it has subtle color variation in it, not too much. I kind of like that. And what I'm going to do is in a clipping mask, I'm going to add a little bit more pigment. So it's more saturated and darker. And then I'm going to select brush number 33, and let's see. Oops, it's too big, too big. Go a little bit smaller. And then add some color variation wherever I want it. I do want to do one more thing. So the bear, I want there to be a little bit more shadow underneath this area here, as well as in this area here. So I'm going to do this in one of the clipping mask layers here. So we have our bear shape here. And we have all these clipping masks. Let's just add another one now. And I'm going to go in with this color right here, make it a little bit darker, and then go in with brush, which one was it? 13, this one. So it's a little bit more wet looking. So because our bear is wet and wet, I'm trying to go with brushes that are also wet looking. If I go with brushes that are not so wet, it won't look right. So I'm just going to, oh, it's too dark, way too dark. So sometimes you just have to experiment. Yeah, so I'm using medium to light pressure and I'm adding a little bit of, oops, deleted that color variation right there. And maybe I'll add a little bit right here. Because if you think about it, there's a little bit of shadow under the hair right there. And then I'm just going to smudge it out gently. And then I'm going to go to the brush library and with the ink bleed liner, I will add just a little bit of white in the center. So let's take a look at what we made together. So I love that texture. It's got so many different layers of texture. And I love that wet on wet look. So that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video and you learned something new, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in the set and you don't have it already, you can find a link in the description as well as a pinned comment. I will see you in the next video. Bye!